What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to the Cris
And Maul.
podcast, episode 16. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Hope everybody had a good weekend.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, Ma? How you feeling, man?
I could feel better. You know what I'm saying? My fantasy took a fucking shit. I'm not even gonna talk about one team until we get to the topic, but my fantasy took a shit. Like I literally went up against Keenan Allen, the Buffalo Bills defense, and Devontae Adams. So, it was a bad fantasy
My
week.
my money league, I had McKinnon
Yeah,
and damn Tank Dell on the bench.
take Dell 8, 5 receptions for like 142 and a TD. McKinnon, I got him on my bench too, but I need to see. He had a good game too. Chiefs look good.
I would have won. I would have won that game. I lost by like 4 points because of that shit.
Bro, I'm down by like 100 right now, bro.
Our league, I'm done. I'm like 0-3, man.
No 3. Nah.
I'm talking about my league. I mean my league.
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm
yeah.
down.
It's so many leagues right now, bro. I'm
I'm
losing track.
last. I'm last place, man. It's just all
Still got time. Still long season left. So.
we'll see. All right, man. Let's talk about it, man. College
Yeah.
football recap week 4.
Mhm.
A lot of big games that went down.
Mhm.
Of course, the most notable game was the Colorado Oregon game.
Yeah.
Um, Now, me and you have been realistic about the Colorado team. We had some hopes for this team, but we also was like not blinded by the whole, Dion thing and everything. We understand that this team is still rebuilding. We saw in the Colorado State game some of their glaring needs, especially in the trenches, defensive and offensive line. And going to this game, I did. I was hoping that the speed of Colorado could keep up offensively,
Mhm.
but unfortunately, it glared his head, and you just saw the the glaring what's the word I'm looking for? The talent disparity in both, from each team, especially in the trenches. Their defensive line just bullied their offensive line. Their defensive line couldn't get a pass rush to save their lives. So it was just, we expected this, and we're probably going to expect the same type of treatment maybe against USC. We'll see. Maybe they'll make some adjustments and make that more of a game. Um, but they end up losing. What was the score again? I forgot.
42-6.
Yeah, 42-6. But shout out to Colorado. They held their heads up high. They didn't make no excuses. Um, they went out classy on their shield, and that's all you can ask for. And what Dion is doing with Colorado, we've talked about. I don't want to regurgitate what we said, but bottom line, he's turning this program around in 1 year, and I expect it to just ascend from here. So
Mhm.
in no means, in no way am I, jumping off, I guess you want to say, the bandwagon of Dion turning this program around. I think he'll get it right. Hopefully next year he'll get some more bigger offense and defensive linemen, a guy who could, come off the edge and rush the passer, and a couple of more defensive dogs in the backfield, maybe a fast linebacker who can go sideline to sideline, and on offense just buff up that offensive line, because the skill positions is not the problem. It's not gonna that's never going to be a problem for Dion. He's going to get skill positions. He's going to get 5 4-star guys to come play for him. Some guys will probably leave from certain schools in the SEC, ACC, whatever, who are like, sitting on the bench because there's so much talent over there, but they can go to Colorado and start and play. They'll go over there and play with Dion. So I expect, by next year, we'll be talking about Colorado a little differently.
Nah, I totally agree, man. At the end of the day, man, like me and you both said it, bro. Like we knew it was gonna be a tough game for them. We were at the end. I was just hoping it was like a respectable win because I knew it was gonna happen if it was like a blowout. But at the end of the day, I'm not surprised, man. Like you can tell the kind of like the difference on talent level as far as like just in the trenches, like them
Yeah.
the offensive line and the defensive line. They have a lot. They have a lot of work that needs to be done. And even as I said, Dion even said it, man. He's missing about like eight dogs, man, 8 big guys that he needs, man, to make this team a relevant team. People talking about like, was Colorado overrated? I'm like, no, they weren't overrated. At the end of the day, with the talent that Dion has had, as I said, he's had 70 plus transfers come into his program. You know what I mean? He went on the road and beat a ranked TCU team on the road for his first game as a Colorado head coach. You know what I mean? That's something. You know what I mean? Nebraska, he won that game. He won the game against Colorado State, an in-state rival. Oregon is they have a program that has been top notch. So anybody that's like trying to shit on Dion right now, you kind of looking like a fool. Honestly, you were just kind of rooting for his demise, which I still think is crazy. Like the whole Dan Lanning shit. Like I don't have a problem with what Dan Lanning said. They fighting for clicks. We fighting for wins and all that shit like that. But bro, look in the mirror. You do the same shit. You know what I mean? You waited for them cameras to come on to start talking your shit. I don't understand the hate of Dion. I don't understand why Dan Lanning has such a prominent reason to be so upset over Dion, because at the end of the day, he's not said a word about Oregon's program. He's never said a word about Colorado State's program. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't demonized or belittled any coach in college football at all. He just does what he does. Dion's Dion. Dion's been Dion for 20 plus years, ever since the man was born. You know what I mean? Dion has always had that bravado. So I don't understand the hate. I think they're just mad because they know he's coming. They know he's taking over Pac-12. They know he's going to take over college football. You know what I mean? So, Colorado has like USC next. I assume it's at home. I think they will put on a better showing. I think USC's defense is still suspect. I think being on the road in Oregon is hard. It's hard. It's hard for any team to go on the road, go into Oregon and beat Oregon. Yeah. But USC's next. I think they'll put on a better showing. They don't have Travis Hunter again. That also means something. So I think it'll be close. I think it'll be a lot closer game, but I still think USC will probably win that game. But then you got ASU, who are 1-3. You got Stanford 1-3. Then you're at UCLA. They have a chance to have a 6 to 7 win season. You know what I mean? Coming off of one, get it to a bowl game. You're doing that coming off of 1 win season. They were literally ranked the worst team in all of FBS last year. So this man is only going to get better as long as he stays with that program and he gets the talent to come in. He has great coaches surrounding him. So those kids have nothing to hang their heads on. Keep them heads high. Dion's going to be fine. I know Dion's not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. At the end of the day, to me, it just shows the true colors of some of these coaches. It kind of shows their insecurities for me. And, as he said, man, he keeps receipts, man. So, talk your shit now because this year, the year after that, and good Lord, don't let him have a chance to go to a Florida. Don't let him have a chance to go to an Alabama or a University of Miami. Boy, you know the kind of talent that boy going to get if you go to one of them schools. He getting the talent at Colorado right now. You know what I mean? So I'm not surprised, but hopefully they bounce back on their feet, have a better game. Still gonna be a tough win. Caleb Williams is a college football god right now, so it's gonna be tough. So I think it should be a high scoring game. I think it'll be a high scoring game, but I think USC should still probably come out on top.
Yeah, I think that Colorado could at least get to like 21.
Yeah, for sure.
21.
They're gonna play better at home. They're gonna play better at home.
I can see like a 42-21 game.
Yeah, I could see a close game. Honestly, I low-key could see a shootout. I think with them being at home, they're gonna get a boost from their fans. With college kids, they play better at home. You know what I mean? So I think I could see somewhere it could be like it's close by half, but then the USC pulls away and they win like 50 to like 37 or something like that. You know what I mean? I could see something like that. So and then you had like the Florida State Clemson game. I think Clemson choked that off. I think they had a chance to win that game. I thought the Bama Ole Miss game was pretty good.
Notre Dame choked against Ohio State. They
10 players on the goddamn field. You heard what the coach talked about? He talking about I didn't want to get the penalty. I'm like, bro, they're already at the goddamn 5-yard line. So what's the extra couple yards? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. So he choked it. But that choke job helped me get a push on one of my tickets.
Yeah. So
Added that -3, man. I was like, oh, please don't run the clock out. They kicked
Nah,
that field
yeah.
goal. And I got that. I was like, whew.
Yeah. It was overall it was a great week. You know, what I mean, besides the
Yeah.
whole Colorado thing, I think it was a great week for college football. So
Oh, it was some
cool.
good games, man. And yeah, college football has been pretty good this year. A lot of good games. That kid from Florida State, Kenyon Coleman, is that
Oh, the
kid.
6'7" receiver.
No, the 6'4", the other one.
Oh, 6'4".
That's Johnny Wilson Jr. That's the 6'7" kid. The other one is the 6'4" kid. He's tall too. So
Bro, they got receivers, but goddamn, Ohio State got them. They got the receivers, bro. They're wide receiver U right now, bro. They're wide
I
receiver
know
U, boy.
they're
They
receiving
wide
core.
receiver U, boy. They got
It ain't even.
the
It's
best.
not just Marvin Harrison Jr. over there.
Nah,
It's that other kid, Amika, whatever. I don't know how to say his
I
last
think it's
name.
I don't want to butcher his name,
Yeah,
but he was
but
cooking. He was cooking.
he's a first round pick too.
Oh,
So
bro, yeah. Nah,
then
for real.
they got them other guys over there. So
Nah,
yeah.
yeah.
But who would you say right? You still say Georgia's the best team right now?
As far as college football,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good question.
I think it's out of them.
I honestly personally think it's still. I personally think it's Michigan. I just trust they got. I think they have the quarterback that I trust more. He has more experience than what Georgia does. I think their defense is really good. I just think the fact that Michigan hasn't played anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people aren't talking about Michigan, and plus you got the whole Dion thing. Then you have Florida State, you know, winning that big game against LSU. I think LSU is still good. I think if Bama's quarterback situation, I don't think it's so much the quarterback situation with Alabama. I think the guy that they have, I forgot his name, the black kid that they have, I think he's decent. You know what I mean? For college football,
Monroe or something like that.
Yeah, I think he's decent. You know what I mean? I think that offensive line has been the major problem for Alabama. I think they have had a major problem. And then you got Miami still coming up. You still got all of the Pac-12. You still got Oregon. You know, Oregon looked really dominant. You still got USC. I think it's just one of them years, man, where I couldn't really tell you who my top team is right now. I got to see a couple more games. I just think it's just too close to call right now.
Yeah. Texas is still doing their thing.
Texas is still doing their thing. Washington's looking really good. Washington plays Oregon, I think, next week.
Washington State.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's gonna be, man. These next couple weeks is gonna be really good, man. You're gonna start seeing. At the end of the day, man, I think college football right now is such at a parity right now. I think it's so close. I know Georgia has won the last two championships, but I just think with them and their quarterback situation, they lost a lot of people. I think they came back down to the pack a little bit. So I think overall, I think Michigan has the overall better team as far as like all the talent that they brought back. They brought back the quarterback. They brought back their two stud running backs. They brought back the receiving core, most of their defense. So now you get Harbaugh back on the field coaching. So, you know, we'll see, man. We'll see. You know, I think October will tell a lot. This next month will tell a lot for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's switch up. NFL recap. Week 3. Yesterday, it was either surprising losses or blowouts.
Yeah.
It was a lot of blowouts yesterday. Kicking off the week on Thursday, 49ers blew out the Giants. Then you had the Lions. They won comfortable. I wouldn't say it's a blowout, needless to say. Texans put it on Jacksonville. We might have to have a conversation about Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I know it's early, but that division might not be theirs for the taking as everybody thought.
Not with the Colts and the Texans, man. CJ Stroud's looking really good right now, man. And Anthony Richardson was looking good until his head injury, and then Gardner Minshew.
He in there doing this thing.
So. Hey, Jets, you know who to call, man. Call Gardner Minshew, dog. That's easy to get Gardner Minshew, bro. You know what I mean? If you can't get Kirk,
he would at least get them to the playoffs, I think.
That look way more respectable for sure.
And then the damn Dolphins, Jesus.
Yeah, that was like an Alabama playing like a FAU. That shit was crazy. And they didn't even have Waddle, and they put up 70 points, over 700 yards total yards. I think what did they say? I think this might have been the first game where somebody had like over 300 yards passing. You had a 200 yards running back and a 150-yard receiver. Man, they look.
That Devin Arcand kid, That Devin Arcane kid is nice. That running
Yeah.
back.
Nah, he's amazing, bro. Like the Mostert, Arcane. They don't even have Jeff Wilson back yet. You didn't have Waddle, and then on top of that, you ain't even got Jalen Ramsey. Like they'll probably get Jalen Ramsey at the end of the year. So
by December they said, yeah.
my God, man. Honestly, man, I think they're the best team in football right now, man. I don't think anybody can say anything right now. I think defensive wise, I think they're strong. Offense, they got the best offense in the league. I don't think it's even close right now. As I said, all that Tua hate, bro, from last year. I never understood it because every time he played and he was healthy, he was putting up numbers, man. The Dolphins looked scary at the time. So hey, man, as I said before, if Tua stays healthy, man, he's definitely the leader in MVP right now. For me.
He is.
So yeah, man. I know Mondale is happy as fuck. Right? That boy happy as fuck right now, boy. Because y'all play him in London, right?
No, we play him in Germany.
Germany. Yeah, that's. I get that they're trying to promote the game and make more international, but my God, that game should be in fucking Miami, dog. Or no, it was supposed to be in Kansas City, right? It was supposed to be in Kansas City, right? Yeah, that game should be in. That should be a Sunday night.
Arrowhead,
or
Tyreek Hill returning
Bro,
back to Arrowhead. Yeah,
the NFL missed the ball on that one. I still have no idea why they made that game an international game, bro. I get you're trying to promote the sport, but at the end of the day, you need that was perfect prime time game, man. Monday night, Sunday night, make it happen. But that's crazy, yo. I think they did the disservice to both fan bases on that.
I gotta get up at 6 for really 5:30 or something. 6:00 in the morning and watch the damn game. It's a mess.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I think the play of the game is gonna be kind of weird. Because it's just the traveling and being in a whole new environment and stuff like that. I don't think it's gonna have the same kind of I think it'll still be a good game, but I think overall I don't think it's gonna feel the same just based on it's an international setting. So I'm honestly, no matter who wins that game, I'm not going to really take too much into stock into that game, me personally. But you know, I'm sure you may have a different feeling on that. But
I'm gonna take a lot of stock because we get the W, and it's gonna count when you end of that season.
It's gonna count either way, but I think
we're trying to get that number 1 seed, player.
I get it. It was a great game. My Raiders though. Let me just get this off my chest, man, before we continue on with the rest of these games.
Sure, sir.
If Fire McDaniel's chance does not start happening, if I don't see Fire McDaniel's tweets at all, my God, as I said last week, man, I'm not gonna go on a whole long spiel like I did last week, but as I said before, man, our team is fucking trash. Jimmy G, like you know when you play Madden, you know how you can press the button and you throw a fastball, you throw the lob. This motherfucker has one speed when he throws the goddamn football. So it's that fucking bullshit ass lob. The ball looks slow as shit, takes forever to get to the receiver, and then he throws the dumbest picks. Josh Jacobs looks terrible. I don't know what's going on. Tyree Wilson didn't do shit again. Still ain't using Hunter Renfrow. Josh McDaniels, our offense looks, he's supposed to be this offensive guru with a quarterback that's supposed to know his offense. Our offense looks fucking even worse than what it did last year when we had Derek Carr. Our Marcus Peters is still getting cooked. I like Jacorian Bennett. I know he's a young cornerback, but he's making dumb decisions. Dumb penalties. Marcus Crosby is literally by himself on the D-line. I like the one kid. I forgot his name. I think he's number 51. He showed some flashes on the screen. But overall, man, they need to fire our defensive coordinator like today. They need to go ahead and fire this man. I would not be surprised if Devontae Adams asked for a fucking trade here before the deadline. If he wants it, grant him and honor him that shit. They should bench Jimmy G, play Aiden O'Connell, or just tank and try to get Caleb Williams. Because at this point, I'm over it. People are always complaining about, or people were complaining about how there was so many Pittsburgh Steelers fans in the stadium. I'm like, what are Raider fans supporting? Raider fans don't want to support this fucking regime. They've shown over and time again that what are we supporting? I'm not paying $500 to go watch a team that I fucking hate watching. I'm sorry, I hate watching this team. There's a couple players I like to watch. Like I still love watching Josh Jacobs, even though he's struggling. I would love to watch Hunter Renfrow play more, but they choose not to. Devontae Adams is a wide receiver god, so I'm not shitting on you. And Max Crosby, you are my favorite player on that fucking team, bro, and you deserve way better. But besides that, everything else that I see on this fucking team makes me sick to watch. Like that was another embarrassing display of football. I don't care what the fucking score was, 23-18. Josh McDaniels makes another dumb decision by not going for it, talking about like, oh, we need to score on multiple plays. Motherfucker, you just need to score. You know what I mean? Our defense can't stop nobody. So what the fuck? Even if we don't get it, at least they're like on like the fucking like 5-yard line. You know what I mean? It gives your defense a little bit of a chance to have a chance to stop them. But this team is fucking ridiculous. I'm over watching this team. I was going to go to the Packer game. I'm not paying no fucking tickets to go to that fucking game. Only game I'm going to is the game we're going to because you got free fucking tickets, boy. But besides that, I am not supporting this team. I'm not supporting what I'm seeing. Josh McDaniels again has shown that he is not a great head coach. He does not have no sense of direction on what the fuck they're doing. Mark Davis, you need to go ahead and fire this motherfucker, please. Please, I beg you, let go of this whole Patriots fucking bullshit regime because they ain't doing shit. They're not doing anything better than what Gruden was doing. And at least Gruden was at least getting us to 8-8. We'll be lucky to win 4 games this fucking year. So I don't want to see us win no games. I want us to see us lose every single game. I know it's going to be tough for us to get the number 1 pick because you got the likes of the fucking Bears that look like fucking trash. You got Broncos. The Cardinals actually look fucking respectable. Like, I'm sure we'll talk about that here in a second, but it's gonna be tough. Like, at least get us in the Caleb Williams, Drake May sweepstakes, please, I beg you. The football guys need to hear us. We have been turmoil for too fucking long. So please, guys, please, at least grant us this wish to get one of them quarterbacks, preferably Caleb Williams, but please.
You might need to switch your gears to Michael Penix.
At this point, bro, I'll take him. I'll take Drake May. I'll take Caleb Williams is my ultimate dream. And I would take Shedeur Sanders. I would take one of those 4 quarterbacks right now because it'll be, but at the end of the day, I need a new head coach. Because he fucking sucks. Like honestly, you guys are going to win the division by default because of stupidity by all the head coaching staffs in our fucking division. You know what I mean? Brandon Staley, fucking dumb. Josh McDaniels, fucking stupid. And Sean Payton is not a dumb coach. He's not. But the Russell Wilson experiment is over. They need to let that shit go. That defense is terrible. That defense used to be fucking respectable last year.
There's Joseph, man. He ruined it.
Man, I don't know what's going on, but they need to let him go. So you guys are going to win by default just by how bad how bad the teams are. Like, I feel bad, like even Justin Herbert, like what was the score? 28-24 with the Vikings. I'm getting off my Raiders. 28-24. Justin Herbert looks great. That offense looks fucking amazing. Keenan Allen looks like the best receiver in the league right now. Minus Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson and all them. But he put up over 200 yards. Herbert had 405. Herbert's actually showing me something. I'm like, all right, but the coaching staff and that defense is the only thing holding them back. You know what I mean?
The Vikings was at the 1. They couldn't get it in.
Bro, did you see that shit where they didn't know if they wanted to spike it or what? Like they literally let almost 20 seconds run off the clock. And then now you're trying to rush a play in, and then you got Kirk Cousins throwing a dumb interception.
But before that drive, so I'm at work, thinking I'm about to hit this ticket, you know what I'm saying? I had the Detroit Lions minus, I think it was -3. Yeah, I had -3. They covered. I had the what else did I have? I had the under in the Jets in New England because I knew nobody was going to really score in that game.
Yeah.
And they at the 1. I'm thinking, yeah, we're going to get this over, baby. It's at 54.
Right.
They couldn't get They couldn't even get in the end zone. Then I'm like, all right, hopefully defense can show up. So the defense show up. They stop them on fourth down. I'm like, all right, we got another chance, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins missed. What's the dude name? Osborne or whatever his name
Oh,
is.
Osborne, yeah,
Wide
yeah.
open,
Mm-hmm.
wide open. Routed dude up. Boop, boop, hit him. I had to hit him with a stride. That's touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Overthrew him. Just.
And Madison is terrible, bro. Oh my god, like
he's
I don't know if he has
They
lost
should
all
play.
his confidence or something like that
They
with
should have
that.
played Cam Akers.
Yeah, I think they just want to give him another week with the offense and you know what I mean. So I think his body's ready. I don't, but you know maybe they just want to give him another week with the
Yeah,
play.
the calls and the checks and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So
Terminology is different.
yeah, pass blocking and all that. So I know that's very important. But Madison just looks like he just lost all confidence, man. I don't know what's going on. I know he had a lot of promise, but I know Vikings fans are probably over him at this point. I think I would not be surprised to see him be on the trading market if possible, if somebody needs a running back. But yeah, that to me that was just a stupid bowl with both of them head coaches, man. They made some dumb mistakes. I don't know why Brandon Staley went for it on his side of the field. He literally was trying to give the game away. But what do you? All right, let's go to this Jags game. Let's go to this Jags game. What do you think is wrong with the Jags, man? Like I think CJ Stroud played amazing. Tank Dell, fucking the dog. Shout out to D'Amico Ryans, man. He's coaching a hell of a job, man. He's doing a hell of a job with that team. But what do you think is wrong with this Jags team? What do you see are the problems with this?
I don't know, man. It's you know what it is. They can't run the football.
But you got Travis Etienne though. Like, what
He's
is
not.
it? The offensive line?
He's really not getting like last year. You saw the explosiveness of Travis Etienne. They're not a balanced team, bro. Teams are stacking eight in the, or they're going deep because they don't think they can run the football.
Right,
So they're covering up all this. They're going in nickel and playing a zone and seeing if these receivers can hit the soft spots in the zone, but the offensive line ain't great either. So Trevor Lawrence ain't really got time to throw. And it's not like the Texans got the greatest defense in the world. They got Will Anderson. He's a rookie. He has promise. He might be one of the better young talent defensive ends in there. But
Stingley's out too. I think he's out for.
He was out. That's what I'm saying. Like it was just I don't know, man. It's early, so I'm not gonna just totally wipe them out. But they got to start stringing some wins together because they too talented. You know what I'm saying? You had Calvin Ridley, and I don't even think Calvin Ridley the past 2 games he hasn't had over 100 yards. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he's at over 50. I think he had 2 receptions again because I think he had 2 receptions last week. I think he had another 2 or 3 this week. So I don't know what it is.
So like I said before, maybe this division ain't we gonna everybody wanted to hand it to Jacksonville, but it may not be that easy. I mean, last year it came down to them and the Titans. Like don't forget that. Like, last game, whoever won that game was going to win that division. So Texans might surprise some people. You know what I'm saying? If they keep stringing some wins, now I'm not sitting here saying that they. But I can see them. I wouldn't be surprised if they're like a 7 seed. You know what I'm saying? One of them surprise 7 seed wild card teams.
Yeah. I think it's still early. I still think it's the Jags' division to lose. I just think with rookie quarterbacks, man, they're gonna have their highs, they're gonna have their lows. You know what I mean? You already got Anthony Richardson hurt. Hopefully, he'll be able to come back this week. But the Colts actually have a pretty decent team. They're expected to get John Taylor back here soon. Hopefully, so I don't know if they mend the fences and he's gonna just stick with the team or whatever, but. You get that combination of Michael Pittman Jr., Jonathan Taylor, Anthony Richardson, even a Gardner Minshew. That's gonna be a tough team, man. And that defense is not bad. You know what I mean? So I still think the Jags have time to get their ship in order, if you want to use that term. But Doug Peterson, man, Trevor Lawrence has to play better. I think Trevor Lawrence has to play better. He's been throwing a lot of bad balls lately. But you still got talent. You still got Kirk. You still got Ridley. Ridley was out for all of last year. So, I think he's going to have his little bumps and stuff like that. We'll see. We'll see. Were there any other games that you were looking at?
Man.
Yeah, let's talk about your Chiefs.
I mean, I think this was expected, man.
It's
Like,
the Bears. Bears are fucking ass.
yeah, I think this was expected. Now, what I will say, it was good to see my Chiefs finally make a bad team look like a bad team.
Okay.
They
Okay.
didn't play with their food like last year. It was like I said, there were games where it was like we had the same type of point spread, 12 and a half or whatever, and it's like a team that's terrible, and it's like, oh, Chiefs are running there, run past them, and then here we are in the fourth quarter, and we got to get a fumble to win the game against the
Yeah.
Texans. Like, like this game, they once they got going, it was like no looking back, and we made a bad team look like a bad team, and
It looked like
Chicago
they
was.
finally started using Pacheco too. Like it looked like they started to use
Well,
him quite
that's what
well.
I liked about this game was it was a well balanced game. They
Hmm.
used Pacheco, they ran the football, they used McKinnon in the passing game, they used Clyde Edwards-Helaire kind of the same way. The receivers, no, did nobody have 100 and some yards, but the receivers they made plays when they needed to make plays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sky Moore, Justin Watson, MVS made a couple of plays. Rasheed Rice, who I want to see more. I want him to rev up Rasheed Rice because I think Rasheed Rice can provide what Juju provided in the middle of the field. He's got that same kind of build, but he's faster. He's faster version of Juju, so he's good after the catch. And
Yeah.
he had a couple. He should have had a couple of touchdowns yesterday, but I don't know for whatever reason he would get stopped at the one. But overall, the defense played well. But like I said, I'm not going to. I think my defense is good this year, but it's Chicago. So, you know what I'm saying? Like they just
So,
made a bet. They just made it. They made Justin Fields look like he's been looking all season. You know what I'm
so you
saying?
you a Swifty now? You a Swifty now?
No,
You gonna
I,
listen to Taylor Swift songs?
I got so sick and tired of them showing that woman.
Oh, bro, I was over that shit, man. I was over that shit. But
But
besides
whatever.
that,
Shout out to Travis Kelsey, man.
nah,
Get your
yeah, get the
thing.
cheeks, get the yeeks, man, get the yeeks.
Do your thing, man.
So what do you think the Bears should do with Justin Fields?
Get a
What do
new
you
head coach that can insinuate his gifts, his like I said last week, man, I just think this coaching staff was like hearing all season, oh, he got to throw the football down the field. So we're going to make him a pocket passer. We're going to take away the things that he did well last year. No, man, like even in this game, there were in some of the drives, they did a couple of design runs and he got positive yards.
Yeah.
But when he's doing all that drop back and trying to, don't do all that. More play action, more, boots, bootlegs and stuff like that. That's what they need to be doing with him. They can still develop you can still develop a quarterback, a running quarterback, throwing the football, but still insinuate his running. That's what they did with Lamar Jackson. That's what they did with Jalen Hurts.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think even if they were to get a new coach, do you think his confidence is so shot to the point where you think he needs to change the scenery outside of Chicago?
I don't think his confidence is shot. I just think he feels like, man, this coaching staff is not is not bringing out the best of me. It's not using my strengths.
Mm-hmm.
It's making me do that. He even said it. I feel robotic. I feel like I gotta do what what I'm saying. They call it in the end. You got to do it. Wrong. 3-step drop, step up, throw the football. Which yes, you want your quarterback to do that, but that's not his strength right now.
But have you even seen improvement from his throwing motion, like his
I think
passing game?
when it's on, yes, I've seen him throw.
Mm-hmm.
Like he can throw the football. It's
Mm-hmm.
I think, I know me and you disagree on this. I think Justin Fields has talent. It's just that he has to get the right coach to sit there. No, like if Justin Fields was under Andy Reid, I think Andy Reid could get the best out of Justin Fields.
Oh yeah. But
If Sean McVay was his head coach, he wouldn't look like this.
So what do you think is the best version of Justin Fields?
What you mean?
Like let's say Andy Reid left the Chiefs, became the Bears head coach, whatever. And you said that you think Andy Reid could get the best out of Justin Fields. Like, what is the best? Like, what level do you see him? Is he like? Do you think he can be on the level of like a Jalen Hurts? Do you think he'll be like the tip is like a Dak Prescott? Like what? Like that's what I mean. Like, what do you think?
I think the meter would be between
between
Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott.
So you have him as like an MVP level. You would have him as like an MVP level type of quarterback.
I don't say MVP. Right coach. That's why I say in between. Like Jalen Hurts is the MVP, and then Dak is solid to me.
So you think you can win a Super Bowl with him?
If the pieces around him, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
If the pieces
that's
are
what I'm
ready.
asking.
Like he's not like a Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrows, where and even with Joe Burrows, we still got to see if he can do it without an array of weapons himself. But um, but even I don't think that he's on that level where you could just give them a little bit and they could possibly still win the Super Bowl. But he needs like, let's not act like Jalen Hurts didn't have talent around. Like he got AJ Brown, you got Devontae Smith, you got Goddard, you got what I'm saying. Like if you get him talent like that around, which I think he has, a DJ Moore. I don't know what's up with
He
Chase
got DJ
Claypool.
Moore. He got Komet. He got
I don't know what's
Herbert.
I
Like
don't know what's up with
he
Chase
got talent.
Claypool. Maybe he don't
He got
like
Darnell Mooney.
Chicago. Yeah, like he
He
got
got talent.
weapons.
He got weapons. Like I don't.
I
I
just
ain't
I
like he
just
got
think it's,
weapons.
and his defense isn't the greatest either. But like his defense don't do him no justice. But still, I just think they I don't like their coaching staff, man.
I
I
just
don't.
I think me personally, man. I know me and you differ on this. I don't think Justin Fields. I don't know if he knows how to read defenses. That's my thing. I'm not saying he
And you're
doesn't know how
right.
to throw the ball. I think he has a very, very hard time with reading defenses. I've seen too many videos of him where there's wide open receivers and he's looking at them, but he just does not throw the ball. I don't know if he doesn't see it. I don't know if he's not confident in him throwing it in that direction. I don't know what it is, but I've seen too many videos of him misreading the coverage. You know what I mean? And then he ends up running around and getting a sack. As I said, could it be coaching? It possibly could be coaching. I think some of it has to do with that, but at the same time, I think some of it has to be in him to
Yeah,
be able to read these things. He's been in the league for how long now? Was this third year?
yeah.
Third year. I have not seen now 1 inch of growth. He looked like the same quarterback that when he came in the league 2 years ago. So I believe like if he does have a better coaching, yeah, I think he would. I think he would be a little bit better, but I don't think he'll be on the level of anything of like. I don't even think he would be a Dak Prescott to me, and I don't think I'm not really high on Dak Prescott. Like we can actually go into that shit like that. What do you think about that Cowboys Cardinals game? Like, what do
They
you think
got it.
about that shit?
They got exposed offensively.
I think they got exposed defensively too. Me personally, their
Yeah,
run defense is terrible. And I'm like, and it's the same thing I was saying. I'm like, who did the Dallas Cowboys really play? Honestly, who did they play? You played a Giants team that's literally Saquon and bust. You know what I mean? Then you played a team without Aaron Rodgers. You played a Zach Wilson team that's, as we literally see, he's just probably the
terrible.
worst quarterback in the league right now. You know what I mean? He's fucking terrible. They don't have no belief. That defense does not believe in that player.
Mhm,
So when you
mhm,
don't believe, you're not going to put your best effort. So
mhm.
so I'm like, all right, cool. So now you play the Arizona Cardinals team that's supposed to be tanking, but we even said it before the last 2 weeks that they've played like inspiring football. I even said it last week that I thought the Cowboys would win, but I thought it'd be a lot closer than what people thought. Hell, these motherfuckers ended up winning by 12 points against the goddamn Cowboys. So I think the Diggs injury was a major effect because I think in the sense of like, yeah, you still got Michael Parsons, and Dexter Lawrence. That defensive line is still really good, but at the sense of it's like now you got cornerbacks. I think Gilmore, he's an all time great cornerback to me, but I think in his age right now, he was a perfect fit to be a number 2, not a number 1. So now you
Right.
put him in the number 1 position against these number 1 receivers. I think he's going to get cooked. He when he was with the Colts, he was getting cooked last year. With all respect, you know what I mean. So now it's just like now it's a trickle down effect. So now you got cats just wide open. So now that pass rush has to get there even quicker because these receivers are getting open even faster. And then now if you have a quarterback who knows how to read the defense, he can sling that ball out hella fast. You know what I mean? So you have Joshua Dobbs really look out here looking like he's like Steve McNair. You know what I mean? Putting up numbers and points. And James Conner looks fucking amazing. Marquise Brown looks like he's kicking it. That defense looks like it's swarming. It's going. You know what I mean? So I forgot the head coach's name. They're doing a great job down there. So
Jonathan Gannon.
Jonathan Gannon. So like they were supposed to be the number 1 team going into the sweepstakes, but now it's like to me it's like all right, if these guys, just like the Rams, like all right, so now let's say the Cardinals are looking respectable. They're about they're 500 going into the end of October, beginning of November. They have a chance to make the playoffs, and Kyle Murray is ready. Do you play Kyle Murray or do you stick with Joshua Dobbs? What do you do? I think you have to play Kyle Murray because it's just
Yeah, the contract.
the contract. You have to play him. But I think, and me personally, I've been, as far as like our group of friends at work, I've been the one proclaiming that I think Kyle Murray is not a bad quarterback. I think he had a bad year. I think he just had a bad media year and a bad year to go along with the injury. But I think he's a
Mhm.
very good quarterback. You know what I mean? I think the
Yeah.
numbers support that. I don't know how you feel. I know you felt a little bit different the way I feel, but I think if you put Kyler Murray in this and they're respectable, I think you got a good chance of making the playoffs with this team if they're 500 going into November.
Yeah, I like Kyler. I think Kyler Murray is a talented kid. Don't get it
Yeah,
twisted. I think his arm talent is second to none. My problem with Kyler Murray sometimes is body language. Like he
100%. I
just,
agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah.
I sometimes like if I want my quarterback, you know what I'm saying, to have that fire and that fight. Sometimes when things ain't going right with Kyler Murray, it just seems like he gives up. Like whatever, man, don't talk to me. Like, and I get it, you're mad and whatever, but you are a leader, bro, and we gonna have our attitude is gonna reflect how you feel. You know what I'm saying? If you feeling like you don't want to, fuck with us no more, why we want to fuck with you? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So
Yeah.
so it's like that's the only thing. My problem with Kyler Murray is he's always just had this like I'm Kyler Murray, and you know what I'm saying, like you should bow to me type attitude
Mhm.
sometimes, and it's just like I'm not saying he's a bad person. I think he's a good kid. It's just I don't know, maybe because he's been successful, most of the places he's been from high school to college, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? People granted him like the greatest college player in Texas.
Mhm.
So maybe that's what it is, but man, like he's talented because I saw some like even last year before he got hurt. Yeah, I saw some throws that he made that was just like, man, that kid's arm talent is
Nah,
just
I think
disgusting.
I think he's great. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying like he'll be like he took his teams to the playoffs,
Yeah.
to the playoff one year. He's put up great numbers. I just think, I just think he needs to have a little bit more respect to his name. I get it, like the frustrations of his body language could be a little deterring of him being as a leader.
Mhm.
I think it says a lot that he was voted captain, even with him having the injury. So
Yeah.
he is one of the captains on the team. So I think that has shown progression of him maturing. So I think he's
And maybe
trying
that injury humbled him a little bit because
100%.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It probably humbled him. The work he had to put in to get his leg back because
Hmm.
that's not no easy thing to come. You know what I'm saying. You got to rehab and get the
Yeah.
strength back in that knee. So it probably humbled him a little bit. So hopefully,
100%.
hopefully going forward, whether he's a Cardinal or wherever he goes to, hopefully this triggers something in him that you see a little bit more fire in him and more camaraderie with his teammates, even when it's good and when it's bad. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You're on the sideline. Look, we lost as a team. I got to play better. Blah blah blah. You got even if you don't feel that way,
Yeah. Yeah.
you got to have that spiel. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
for
So
sure. For sure. No, I totally agree. Let's get to Dak real quick. Let's get to Dak. Let's get to Dak. I'm gonna ask you: can this team win with Dak Prescott?
not playing like this. No.
He's shown this for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Like honestly, it's like when you start thinking about it, like there's a lot of quarterbacks I would take over Dak right now. I
Me too.
would. You know what I
Me
mean?
too.
Like hell, at this point, would you take Joshua Dobbs or Dak Prescott right now? You would have to take Joshua Dobbs
I'm
right
not.
now, dog.
I'm not.
You
I'm not
would
going that
have to
far.
take
I'm not
Joshua
going that far.
Dobbs, dog.
I'm not going that far.
Why not? Why
I'm gonna
not?
take. I'm gonna take
Why
that.
not? I'm talking about this year alone. Joshua Dobbs has played better than Dak
He
Prescott.
is, but I'm
CJ
still.
Stroud has played better than Dak Prescott.
I'm
Anthony
taking
Richardson.
CJ because he's a first round talent and he's just
I'm just going by this year. I'm not talking about the future. I'm just going by this year right
I'm
now.
saying this year. Of course I'm taking CJ Stroud, but yeah. Look, Dak is Kirk Cousins. That's what he is. He is the
Kirk
black
Cousins
Kirk
is better
Cousins.
than Dak.
Dak is the black Kirk Cousins. When the brightest lights are on and when it's time to make a play, he throws a pick.
So who would you rather have for a Super Bowl game? Dak Prescott or Kirk Cousins?
Neither one.
You got to pick, dog. You got to pick. You got to
Neither
pick. You got to pick.
My blackness will not allow me to take that.
Come on, man. This motherfucker had the ice on, bro. Come on, man. You don't remember the game? Remember the quarterback,
No,
man?
I like Kirk Cousins. I do. I like his fight and his fire. But look, man, I get it. You need a running game with Dak Prescott. That's what you need. You need a running game to be successful, and he can't be throwing it 30, 40 times a game.
Yeah.
That's not success for Dak Prescott. He's not
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes. He's not Josh Allen. He's not, Joe Burrows. He's not one of them. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Where you could pass it 30, 40 times and,
Yeah.
and win the game. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
he's not one of those. He needs to be around maybe 25, maybe 30
Mm-hmm.
touches throwing the football, and the rest of it is running the football. A more healthy balance of running that football. And I don't think Pollard has been playing particularly well either. So
Yeah.
it's just they're not balanced on offense. It's we got CeeDee Lamb, we got Michael Gallup, we got Brandon Cooks. Let's throw it down the field.
Yeah. So
And they're just not that team. And then Mike McCarthy, I just don't like. I don't. He's not. He's uninspiring as a play caller. So
mm-hmm. So they got the Patriots and they got the Niners the next 2 weeks. How do you think that's gonna go?
they'll go 1-1.
1-1.
They'll go 1-1.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they'll go 1-1. The 49ers are gonna probably blow them out
Yeah.
because they're the best team in the league right now to me. They're the best team in the league.
Who?
The 49ers.
You got them over. You got them over the Dolphins?
Yeah, because their defense is way better than the Dolphins.
I don't know. I don't.
I think the Dolphins.
Is,
I think the Dolphins just played a bad Broncos team. Let's just keep it.
Well, I think here's my thing. I think the Dolphins have proven that I think they got the best offense. I don't think it's even close. I would love to see this offense go up against this Niners defense. I would love to see that. I don't think they play this year, so the only chance we would have to get that is for a Super Bowl.
Right.
But look, just in the AFC side, I don't think there's anybody more scarier than the Dolphins right now.
Oh, offense, yes.
On the AFC side, yeah. I think the defense, once they get Jalen Ramsey back, he's gonna come back. I think their defense is legit. You got Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard, you got Bradley Chubb in the middle. Their linebackers are okay. But man, I'm telling you, man, I get it. You're a Chiefs fan. I get it.
No, it has nothing to do with that. I saw it with my own eyes when they went against a good offense. And the Chargers did what they wanted. They lost that game.
I get it, but it was the first week of the season. It's the first week of the season, and they don't have their star cornerback. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. I totally get it.
Who does Miami play this week?
They play the Bills this week.
Oh, we'll see.
We'll see. At the end of the day, they still don't have Jalen Ramsey. Like, they're going to get Jalen Ramsey back. So at the end of the day, Jalen Ramsey is still a top cornerback. He's still a top cornerback.
Still got Xavier Howard out there.
No, they do. But imagine you got Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey on the side. That's kind of like the same sense of Diggs and Gilmore. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
My problem with the Dolphins is their pass rush is inconsistent. That's my problem.
Okay.
Christian Wilkinson and Bradley Chubb, they're not like dominant. Like
I got you.
There's some defensive lines you would take over them way before you get to the Dolphins.
No, I totally get it. I totally get it. But that offense.
No, their offense is their defense.
Yeah, for sure. So
you have to score. If you can't score with the Dolphins, you will lose.
Yeah, for sure.
So, who is your offensive player of the week?
I'm gonna go with Achen. I think you could go with anybody from the Dolphins at this point. I'm gonna show my love to the running game. I'm gonna go Achen and Mostert. I think they both had an amazing game. I think they should split that offensive player of the week award. So I'm gonna go with them too.
I'm going with the whole damn Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that either.
You score 70 on somebody, you deserve. All y'all deserve the offensive player of the week. Like, this is the NFL, man. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be able to do that. So,
yeah, for sure.
Who's your defensive player of the week?
Defensive player of the week. I totally forgot about this one. Let's see. I think the Bills had a really good showing. But I don't know anybody on that team that really had a great showing. I'm trying to think. You know what? I'm gonna go out the board. I'm gonna go with Christian Gonzalez. I think Christian Gonzalez played a really good game this week, covering Garrett Wilson. So I know it's Zach Wilson, but he did a really good coverage job with him.
I'm gonna go with Arizona's defense.
Arizona's defense? Okay. Okay.
They deserve some love, man. You know what I'm saying? As much as we talk trash about the Cowboys, they still, a decent team. You know what I'm saying? They weren't supposed to. Cardinals weren't supposed to win that game.
No, they weren't.
So, yeah.
Not by that number either. They won by 12. Double digits? That's crazy.
All right, man. Let's switch it up.
Yeah.
Remy Ma and Papoose scandal. Now, this has been going on. Now, mainstream has just caught wind of it because a couple weeks ago, um, now here's okay. The story is Remy Ma supposedly was cheating. She cheated on Papoose with known battle rapper Easy the Block Captain. He's one of
Yeah.
the premier battle rappers in battle rap. He's been on a amazing run as far as battle rap goes. So he had a battle a couple weekends ago against another top tier battle rapper, Geechee Gotti. And then Geechee Gotti's third round, he pretty much was talking to Remy Ma, talking about the whole Easy to Block Captain supposedly sleeping with Remy and how Remy didn't hold down Papoose and all that stuff. So that's how all this stuff got out.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, people in the battle rap community, we've been known about this. This was brought up months ago at an event where Easy the Block Captain supposedly got punched in the face by Papoose after
Mm-hmm.
the event because he found out, he was sleeping with Remy, all this stuff. But nobody, not Remy, not Easy, not Papoose, nobody has came out and either, debunked it or said it was true or none of that stuff. Everybody's like tight lipped. Nobody's made no interviews like, oh yeah, it happened, or Papoose ain't in the interview saying, man, F that bitch ass nigga, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like none of that's been going on. So everybody is still kind of in the dark of this shit. But it's made it to mainstream publications from Shade Room and all this. DJ Academics is talking about it and
Mm-hmm.
all this other stuff. So, what is your thoughts on what you heard this story?
I think when you say there's no one said anything, I think that says it loud and clear to me that this shit happened. They just don't want to talk about this shit. You know what I mean? I've seen videos of Remy and Old Boy, together. You kind of see like you could feel the little sexual tension that they got with each other. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard it, I heard it through the little rap battle that was going on. What's the guy's name that was rapping again? You more knowledgeable than me. Geechee. Yeah, when I heard this shit, I thought that shit was crazy. And Remy being there and all that type of shit, like it kind of sucks, man. Like Pap was, if this is true, I'm just gonna say this. I think this shit is crazy. I think, Remy doing that shit is foul as fuck to me because Pat was supporting her. I know there's mad interviews you can see where he was literally saying like, it was between him supporting his wife and then his music career. And he chose his wife. You know what I mean? So she even said it like he literally that first year he was visiting her every single day at the jail, bringing her kids, bringing his kids, and all that type of stuff, man. And then how just so much ever since she got out, even when she was in, how much he was promoting his wife, talking about like, this is my wife, she's beautiful, she's talented, she this and that. I'm here to support her, black love and all this other type of shit. And I said, we don't know the whole story. I'm just going based off just what I've heard.
Right.
And I'm sure there's two sides to the story. But just from this side, this is fucking crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like this is like, I know a lot of people like to do the whole, like there's this like black power couple shit where everybody's like, you got these certain figures that represent black love in sense, like, black and, Beyonce and Jay-Z, you had the Jada Pinkett Will Smith at the time. Now you see how that shit has gone. Then you have Remy and Pap, you know what I mean? For like, as far as like, like, the culture, you know what I'm saying? So like, it sucks to see that this had to happen. You know what I mean? They got kids involved and stuff. And I know some of them are older now and all that, but man, it's just foul as fuck. That's all I can say. Honestly, it's just foul as fuck that this situation has to happen. And I know they're probably trying to keep it as closed away from the media as possible. But with them two figures, man, it's gonna be impossible, man. You're gonna start seeing it when you see Remy kicking with another guy, Pap not being around her as much, and just for her to do that shit for a man that literally supported you like that, I think it's fucked up. You know what I mean? I really do. Just shows kind of like the scandalness of how people can be with each other. You know what I mean? No matter how supportive you are. This goes for women and men. You know what I mean? Like You
Right.
know, like I think it's foul as fuck. Like, you know, you have somebody because it's hard to find love nowadays, man. You see the dating how the world is with dating. You know what I mean? It's tough. It's really tough. You know what I mean? Especially for guys at this point, man. I think it's a little bit easier for females in the sense of like, you know, I think it's dating. I think it's me personally. I think it's easier for women, but you know,
Yeah.
but overall, I just think it's fucked up. You know, I feel bad for Pap, and you know, just hopefully, you know, keep his head up, man, keep pushing. You know what I mean? And hopefully he doesn't lose hope out on love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's crazy because they kept this under wraps and away from
Yeah.
the public for months. You know what I'm saying? I think this situation came to a head with beginning of the year or last year, one of the two. But for them to keep it under wraps for this long, I thought, nobody. I don't think nobody really, no publications. They don't watch battle rap like that.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
battle rap is like its own section of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got its own fans. It's got its own, people that they deal with. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't a part of that culture, you don't watch battle rap. You don't pay attention to it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, and it's crazy with all the eyes that's on battle rap. You from Drake doing
Seems like
cards.
it's getting way more. Obviously, it's always been popular, but I think it's getting more mainstream popular. I think because
Well,
I
yeah,
keep
well,
hearing about it
that's
more.
what that's what I'm saying. With Drake, he did a couple of cards, and hell, he voided the Grammys to
Mm,
go to a battle rap event. That's why I put a little respect on Drake's name because he did do that.
mm-hmm,
He could have went to the Grammys and went and got his awards, but
mm,
and other figures in hip hop, P Diddy, Busta Rhymes, like there's a lot of Jada Kiss, all them. They all go to those battle rap events. So I'm surprised that
yeah,
it stayed out of the limelight this long, especially with Remy Ma and her name. Say what you want about Remy Ma, she's still a prominent figure in hip hop. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you would think some of the hip hop publications would pick up on this, but they just not picking up on this. And supposedly he's the black captain supposed to be. I think some today he's supposed to, come out and not, give his truth. So we'll see how that
Yeah,
goes.
I'm sure. I'm sure the story is literally just started. I'm sure we're gonna hear like what led up to it, what caused it, all this other type of shit. You know what I mean? I think it's just. I don't want to go too hard, man. I'm trying to be real cool right now, respectable right now, but my God, man, it's just like, bro, like
Yeah, it's all bad.
it's fucked up. So
It's all bad. But
I was gonna pod, but nah, I ain't gonna do it right now.
you ain't gonna buy it. Come on, man. You gonna speak your truth?
Nah, it's okay. All right.
All right,
I'll wait till more of the story comes out, then we can come back to it.
for sure. All right, man. NBA storylines going into training camp.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and let you take the floor on this and let me know what are some of the more headlining storylines going into the NBA this year.
Yo, so I'm excited for this NBA season, obviously because my Raiders are sucking. My Raiders suck. Lakers season all day, but I'm excited for as a whole NBA. I think it's going to be a really great year. So I did some storylines. I think the first one is definitely the superstars right now. You got the likes of Giannis, Embiid, Dame, Mitchell, possibly moving to other teams. Now you got the whole Dame situation right now where you know the rumors are starting to heat up a little bit that Portland is really starting to engage more into trying to get a Dame trade done before training camp starts here by
Mm-hmm.
next week. You're hearing the rumors of like maybe Toronto, Houston coming involved, but Dame wants to go to Miami, so we got to see what's up with that. Then you got the whole thing with Giannis. Giannis has come out in multiple interviews talking about in the sense of like if he doesn't see the same kind of I guess in the sense of like seeing that they still are in win now mode. If he doesn't see that, then he could potentially be on the move. So now it's like, with him and then Embiid as well, because he has to see with this whole James Harden situation. It's just another thing that the Sixers have to deal with. So
Mm-hmm.
is Embiid annoyed with that shit? You got Tyrese Maxey being involved in trade talks. They say they don't want to trade him, but still you got to see what effects it has on him. So with all that and going on, you're going to have a major shift in power if you have the likes of a Giannis leaving Milwaukee, potentially going to the Knicks, potentially going to maybe the Lakers, depending on what happens with LeBron next year and all that type of stuff. So and then you have the likes of Donovan Mitchell. He's not gonna resign with the team. He's gonna go into free agency next year. So now you have that potential where I think he's gonna eventually. I think he wants to end up on the Knicks. So we'll see what happens with that. If Giannis becomes available, that could put the Knicks into that. So we'll see is that. And then honestly, you got to also look into Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards had a great year as far as like the Olympics and showing out. And you got to see how this team goes. There were some of his teammates have came out and said that they see Anthony Edwards on a different team in the next couple of years. And I think Anthony Edwards has the potential to be the new face of the league. I think he's that talented. That brother's cold. So you got to see him going into that. My number 2 storyline going into training camp is the Clippers' future. You got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George have the opportunity to sign extensions. 4 years, $220 million. Now, my thing is like those guys have had a lot of injuries. The Clippers have had a lot of hype going into these last couple years, but they have not even made a conference championship appearance. So now the Clippers got to make a decision whether or not they want to pay these guys for the next 4 years. Knowing that they're injury prone guys, knowing that you're not going to get full seasons, and sometimes they might not even be able to make it into the playoffs. They got a new arena that's supposed to be opening up here in a year or two. So, I believe that's going to be a big storyline. How much longer is Ty Lue will want to be a part of that? I think Ty Lue is one of the best coaches in the game today. So you got to see if that wears on him a little bit. I know he loves LA, but you never know. 3 for me, I think the growth of OKC. I think OKC has the potentials to be a great team with all that young talent. They got Dort, they got Giddey, they got Holmgren. Shea is my favorite player in the league. I think he's one of the best point guards in the league today. Trey Mann, Jalen Williams. They got a lot of young talent. So let's say if they show promise where they're going to make the playoffs, or they could be a 4th seed, 5th seed. Do they still have all their picks? They have a whole bunch of picks. Do they trade for like maybe a Donovan Mitchell? Do they trade for a prominent player to maybe push them over the hump to try to see if they can get to the finals, get to the conference championship, stuff like that? So I think that's a big story right there. The Phoenix Suns, I think that's also a big story as well. They traded for Bradley Beal. Now you got Bill, Booker, and Kevin Durant. You also got DeAndre Ayton. I think DeAndre Ayton is going to be the odd guy out, because in the sense of he's always wanted to be more prominent, have a more prominent role with the offense, but he's never been given that. His defense is a little suspect at times. He really has his biggest thing with him is more effort in a sense, especially on the defensive side. So I'm curious to see how that's going to go, whether they're going to ship DeAndre Ayton, how it's going to go into training camp, like how they're going to implement him in the offense and stuff like that.
Right.
They got Eric Gordon. They signed Eric Gordon. Frank Vogel is the new head coach with Monty Williams leaving. He's in Detroit right now. So got to see how that's going to go. They're not going to be a deep team. I don't think they're going to be a defensive team. I think they're going to be a little overhyped for me, but I'm curious to see how they go into the season, how all the parts fit together and stuff like that. The other one I'm very, very curious to see is Chris Paul joining the Warriors. So now, he obviously does not want to give up his starting position, but the Warriors last year, when they had, I believe, when it was Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Kevin Looney, they were the number 1 offense as far as efficiency in the whole entire league. So now, if Chris Paul wants to come in, who's going to come off? And then what kind of friction is there going to be? I know Draymond Green has came out and said like he used to hate Chris Paul and all that type of stuff, and now they're supposed to be all cool now since he's on the team. But, we've seen Draymond Green start off as friends with Kevin Durant, Jordan Poole, and then he got into some big altercations with that. So I think it's only a matter of time with that. And then especially with them trading Chris Paul for Jordan Poole, you pretty much traded a young up-and-coming guy for an old veteran. Chris Paul, I think, has like another year left. He's like 38, 39 years old. So we got to see how it plays out with that. And then lastly, but least, this is for me. This is my selfish one. It's the Lakers. You know what I mean? I'm curious to see how this Lakers team does, especially how we start. We resigned Davis, we resigned Rui, we resigned Austin, we signed D'Angelo Russell and Vando, and then we brought in Hayes, Wood, Vincent, Reddish, and Prince. So I'm very curious to see how all the pieces fit. I think we're going to be great, but at the end of the day, it all rests aside with the health of LeBron and AD. LeBron's a little bit older. AD got his new contract, so let's see how it goes. He has shown that he's been working out. They just started LeBron James has his little mini camp they have before they have their main training camp, so they've already started that. So yeah, those are my stories going into the season, man. I think it's gonna be a great year.
Cool, man. Yeah, sounds like it's going to be a great NBA season.
Yeah. So who's your
That's
team?
it.
Who you gonna tell the world?
Nah, I still ain't pick a team.
Come on,
I got time, man.
time is up, bro. Training camp starts next week.
Why I got to do it before training camp? I can't pick a team
Because
every
that's
time.
what you said you was going to do.
All right, fine. I'm
My
a
next
Celtics
pod, but oh my god, oh, you going Celtics? All right, cool.
Yep, I'm a Celtics fan.
Watch my Lakers
Well,
whoop that ass, boy.
that's the reason why I'm a Celtics fan, so we can go against each other.
Go ahead.
So the beef continues.
That's cool with me.
All right, man. Let's get into these NFL Week 4 picks, man.
All right, man. No, I wrote the list down somewhere. Oh, I think I won last week.
Did you?
I won last week. Yeah, I won last week. So 2-1 me as far as like weeks. So
For sure.
all right.
So let's get it. Lions, Packers starting kicking off Thursday. NFC North showdown. Packers are coming off of a win. They probably should have lost their game, but you know, their car gets hurt. Jordan Love brings it back, wins by 1 point. Would be interesting to see if they at least get Aaron Jones back for this game. They really need him. It's showing.
Yeah.
Even though Romeo Dobbs is a beast. Like,
yeah.
Put some respect on that kid's name.
Yeah.
But if they get Aaron Jones back, it's in Lambeau Field. I'm gonna go with Green Bay.
You know, Green Bay. I think it's a short week. I think they'll hold out Watson. I think they'll hold out Jones for at least one more week. So I'm gonna go with Lions. I'm gonna go Lions on the road.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. They're coming off of a good win. So, all right, let's go Sunday. Falcons and Jaguars. Jaguars desperately need this win. They need to get some wins and string them along. I think this is the week to get it together. It's in London, which they have a fan base in London.
They do.
So I'm gonna go with Jacksonville. I think they get the ship right and they beat the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jags too. I think the Falcons had a rough game last week. I think going to London isn't gonna really help them. So I'm gonna go with Jags.
Yeah. Rams and Colts. The Colts have been playing pretty good ball. They didn't have Anthony Richards. I would assume that he's going to be back this week. The Rams have shown some stuff, but I'm going to go with the Colts. I think they make it a close contested game, and they do enough to win the game.
Okay. I'm gonna go Rams. I'm gonna go Rams. I'm not sure if Anthony Richardson is gonna come back. I'm assuming he'll come back. But I'm gonna go Rams. I think the Rams have been playing really, really good football. And Matthew Stafford, if a couple things went his way, he could be potentially in the MVP discussion.
Yeah. We got an AFC South showdown. Ravens at Browns. Browns coming off at 27, I think, to 3. Was it 3?
Yeah, 27-3. Yeah.
Who did they play?
They played Titans, I think.
Okay, they're coming up at 27-3. Their defense is blind, man.
No, the defense is really good. Yeah.
Myles Garrett is putting his name up there, the defensive player of the year. So, and the Ravens, they're dealing with injuries, and it just, you could tell they played a toll on them. I'm gonna go with the Browns, man.
No, Browns. I'm gonna go with Ravens. I think. For some reason, I think when Lamar is healthy, he just owns. No matter how tough the games are in his division, I think he just owns this division. I think he plays well in this division. So I think the Ravens are going to bounce back. I think they'll get a win.
For sure. Vikings at Panthers. Andy Dalton looked okay last week or yesterday. They say Bryce Young is not playing. I'm going to go with the Vikings. I think the Vikings finally get their first win.
The Vikings are in a tough spot, man. You know what I mean? That defense looks terrible. Really don't trust it.
I just don't think the Panthers could score with the Vikings. So,
yeah. I'm going to go shot. I'm going to go Panthers. I think Panthers going to pull the upset.
You got Bengals at Titans. Now Bengals play tonight. They said that Joe Burrows is playing, so it'd be interesting to see how he looks. And depending on how if he looks good in this game, they can play, especially with that injured leg. Um, uh, Titans can make this. They're coming off of a. They look terrible Sunday, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals because they have the more talent.
Yeah, to me, this is all about Burrow. If Burrow's playing, I'm going Bengals. If he's not playing, I reserve to change my pick to the Titans.
Yeah, for real. Buccaneers at Saints. Um, Derek Carr looks like I don't know his extent of his injury, how long he's going to be out. He had a shoulder injury. I think it was the throwing arm. So I'm gonna go Buccaneers here.
You going Bucks? Um, I think New Orleans at home. I'm gonna go with Saints. Even Jameis, I think can win at home.
Yeah. We got, which I think this game should have been switched out to prime time. I don't know how it's not switched out to prime time. But Dolphins at Miami Dolphins at Buffalo Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Dolphins coming off their 70-point win. Hell, the Bills are coming off of a blowout. They blew out the Commanders. Sam Howell looked horrible. All the Commander fans are shitting on the enemy.
Oh yeah, man.
Last week it was all my man Jay-Z said it was all good just a week ago.
Yeah, no, for real. Now they don't be now.
The enemy sucks. It can't call plays and all that shit.
Yeah.
So, uh, oh, this is a tough one. I'm gonna go Buffalo because they're at home.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are just the better team.
No matters that. Broncos and Bears playing for worst team in the league. I don't know who's gonna win. I'm gonna go with Broncos because I think they're slightly more competent. But yeah, I'm not confident.
This one might be the toughest one to pick, honestly.
Maybe that embarrassment from losing, by 50.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Broncos because I just think Russell Wilson is the better quarterback, and then Sean Payton's just the better coach. But that's begrudgingly.
You got Commanders at Eagles. Commanders look horrible. I think they have a better showing against the Eagles, but I got the Eagles winning.
Yeah, I got Eagles too.
Steelers at Texans. Now this is going to be an interesting game. Texans coming off of a good win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Steelers, they just beat your Raiders. But I'm gonna go with the upset special. I'm going with the Texans, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Texans too. I think the Steelers beat up on a terrible Raider team. I'm not afraid to say that. I think the Texans put on a great showing on the road against the Jags. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Texans. CJ Stroud for rookie of the year right now.
Mm-hmm. Raiders, your Raiders at the Chargers. Now, Mike Williams is out for the season. One thing that's always going to be death, taxes, and Chargers getting hurt.
Yeah.
But, no disrespect. Shout out to Mike Williams. Hope he has a speedy recovery. But, damn. I'm going to go Chargers, man.
Justin Herbert's gonna throw for 500 yards. I'm gonna say it here first. Chargers are gonna blow us out. It's not gonna be close.
Cardinals at 49ers. Now, the Cardinals are scrappy. I wouldn't be surprised if this game is closer than what people give credit for. Mm-hmm. I still got the 49ers winning because I think they're the better team. But don't be surprised we in the fourth quarter and we're looking at this game like, damn, Cardinals still around? It's like one of them 28-21 games or something.
Yeah. No, I believe the same thing. I low-key think if it was in Arizona, I might have picked the upset. That might have been my upset. But no, I'm going to go with the Niners. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think they'll pull it open in the fourth quarter. I think Christian McCaffrey's just too much.
Patriots at Cowboys. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I think they bounce back and win this game. I have Patriots are a scrappy team. The defense is always going to be good, but they just can't put no points up.
I'm going with Patriots. I'm picking the upset. I think Patriots are going to go on the road. I think Bill Belichick's going to have a great game plan against Dak Prescott, and Dak Prescott is going to turn over the ball. The Patriots defense is really good. Christian Gonzalez against CD Lamb. I think that's going to be a great matchup. I think Christian Gonzalez has a really good chance to hold him under 100 yards. So I think if he does that, I think it's going to be a close game. But I think the Patriots can pull the upset.
And then Sunday night football, my Kansas City Chiefs going to the New York Jets. No, Zach Wilson is terrible. I expect my team to win comfortably and then, beat the Jets.
You're doing your show on Sunday, right?
Yeah, I got got that Blue Diamond
Um,
Saloon.
so I am going to stop by for a little bit and support you, my brother. But that'll be the only reason why I'm watching this goddamn game. Because besides that, I would not watch this shit at all. Because the Chiefs are gonna blow this team out by halftime.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be surprised if the Swifties are out in New York. I'm gonna be surprised if Taylor Swift is at this game too.
I hope so, because shoot, they showed out, man.
Man. Y'all have to become a Swiftie, dog. Have a little Taylor Swift poster board on that back next to that Kansas City championship.
No, I'm not doing all that.
Banner.
I'm not doing all that. Never mind. Monday Night Football, Seahawks, Giants. I got the Seahawks. Saquon and Saquon should be back in this game, but I just think the Seahawks are a better team. I got the Seahawks winning.
I think this game is going to be a tough one to me. I think it's going to be a close game. Geno Smith has not looked good this year to me.
Right.
If they get Saquon back, they said he's coming back.
I think they held him out the last game to give him some more time.
I'm gonna go with Seahawks. I'm not sure how healthy he'll be, but if he was healthy, I might have picked the Giants. But I'll go with Seahawks this time.
All right, man. Flowers of the week.
Yeah.
My flowers of the week goes with Usher because he's gonna do the halftime show, baby. Woo!
I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Let's get it. It's gonna be lit.
Nah, Usher being doing the halftime show, I called it. I think he should have been the main one. Your boy Ty is fucking tripping. I don't know what the fuck he's smoking on, bro. Like he talking about some Yeet and some fucking NBA, bro. Yeah. NBA YoungBoy is trash. Yeet is fucking trash. This motherfucker talking about old hits. I'm like, Usher is still relevant today, bro. He putting out hits every single time. He puts on timeless music.
I said, man, he got classics. Usher got classics. What?
Usher got mad classics. NBA YoungBoy don't got no classics, bro. I'm sorry. Yeet ain't got no classics, bro. They might got some cool songs, bro, but they ain't got no classic albums, my guy. So you tripping on that. You showed your age on that. My flowers go to Crazy Bone. I saw reports of him going through some health problems right now. So I'm gonna send my prayers out to him. I'm gonna give my flowers out to Crazy Bone.
I got two hell no's. My first hell no goes to Stephen A. Smith and that ugly ass pitch he threw last week in the Yankee Stadium, and he had button up. He had a fucking jersey over a button up.
That's just nasty work.
Wrong with you?
That's nasty.
What is wrong with you?
That's just
you ain't got no tank top, Stephen A.
That's nasty work. That button up shit is nasty.
You make too much damn money to be walking around looking like that.
Yeah,
you like a damn fool, and you look like you're in practice. You should have went out there, got out there early, and did some pitches.
Yeah. My
other hell no goes to the WWE.
Why?
Because they laid off some talent last week.
They did.
Shout out to some of those men and women who are, right now they're unemployed now. Some of them will get other jobs, other places. I can see AEW picking up a few of them. Impact Wrestling might be pick up. And some of them might get some indie jobs, you know what I'm saying, in other places. But it always sucks to see, talent lose their job, especially at a big place like WWE. Now, where some of them not getting used, some of them weren't getting booked. You know what I'm saying? They weren't put out there. And hopefully this is a better opportunity for them. But I never like to see when, talent loses their job like this. So.
Any prominent names that got left?
Dolph Ziggler. I can see him going to AEW. His brother is in AEW. I can see them forming a tag team together.
Mm-hmm.
Mustafa Ali. I can see him going either the New Japan Wrestling or he can go to AEW. And Emma, she's a female. She's really good. I can see her going back to Impact or possibly going to AEW to build, build up that women's division over there. So
Okay. Okay. Well, prayers out to them. Hopefully they land
yeah,
back on their feet. I got one hell nah. I know I've been going kind of crazy on the hell no's. I think I had like 3 last week, but I kept it to 1 this week. But this one's good. I'm giving my hell nah to Blueface. Blueface, you are fucking wild, and boy, they need to take your kids away. He posted a picture of his son's private parts earlier today. I'm assuming. I did not see the photo. I don't want to look at the photo.
I mean,
But it was all over social media. And then you've seen some other things going on with his kids and all that. That a lot of people are calling for CPS to get called on this brother. Which I don't like being other people's business, but if you're gonna keep putting your business out to the world, people gonna have fucking opinions. So my opinion is, bro, you don't need to have kids. I pray for those kids, and hopefully they get put in a better environment because my God, man, you are you're not showing really a good look to black fathers out there. you looking bad out here in these streets, bro. So that's my hell nah for this week.
yeah, for real. Yeah, I double down on that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Another show in the book. Um, do you want to make the announcement or do you
Uh,
want
yeah.
to wait?
Let's make the announcement. You want me to say it?
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so after further discussions, me and my partner here have decided that we are going to start doing 2 shows a week, starting next week. So we'll have one that's posted on Wednesdays, and then we'll have another one that's posted on Saturdays. So we think this is the right time for us to start doing this. We want to start getting more content out there for you guys, whoever listens to it, and for us as well. We want to start, doing more things. There's more news out there. You got NFL going on, NCAA, fights going on. So, yeah. So that is our announcement. We are excited. I'm excited to put more content out there.
Oh! I forgot
Hmm.
the fight.
Oh yeah. We can talk about that real quick.
Yeah, the fight. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. So, yeah, that's the announcement. But yeah, Canelo. We got the Canelo Charlo fight. We almost forgot about that. It's this Saturday. I know they start doing arrivals tomorrow at MGM Grand.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have the weigh-in on Friday. I think they're doing that at Toshiba Plaza right outside of T-Mobile. And then they got the fight. It's a great card on Saturday. I'm excited to watch it. I know I know there's rumors talking about the fight isn't selling. I think it will be fine. I think they'll sell out before the fight. But yeah, what are your thoughts, bro? What do you think? What do you think is gonna happen?
Going up 2 weight classes, it's tough.
Yeah.
Go from 154 to the 168. Ah, man, my heart wants Charlo to win,
Mm-hmm.
but my mind thinks Canelo. I think it's gonna be a tough fight. I think it's gonna go down to the wire, but I wouldn't be. I think Canelo pulls it out in the last few rounds.
Okay. I think this is gonna be a very exciting fight, man. I think you got 2 guys are gonna pretty much headhunt. They're not scared to stand and fight. They're not scared to stand, take punches and hit. I have been seeing videos of him working on his left hand. I saw a video of him working with Roy Jones, working on his left hooks and stuff like that. Man, I think this is going to be a big fight because I think this is going to tell to me who Terrence Crawford is going to go after for his next big fight. I think this is going to say a lot, and us, we're big Crawford fans, so I think this is an important fight for Crawford fans to watch. I think, me personally, Canelo will probably win this fight. I personally think that. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Charlo was able to pull it out. I wouldn't be surprised. But to me, I just think in the sense of the biggest payday that you can get for any fight right now, I think is Crawford Canelo. I think I know I first said it after the Terrence Crawford Errol Spence fight. I was like, why not? Why not Canelo? Canelo, that's the biggest money fight you can get right now. And I'm sure people when they heard that they thought it was fucking crazy. But the more and more that's been coming out, Crawford's been slowly talking about it more. Canelo's slowly been talking about it more. I think it makes money sense. I think it makes pay-per-view sense. I think it makes the big next fight sense. But we'll see. But I think it's gonna be a great fight, and I think Canelo will win by decision.
If it's close, Canelo will win. Charlo's gonna have to dominate.
Charlo's gonna have to knock him out, I think.
That too, but or he's gonna have to at least dominate. Like Bivol, Dimitri.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do like what Terrence Crawford did to Errol Spence. It's gonna have to be something to that point. But my thing is Canelo showed to me a little bit of chink in his armor with his last fight. You know what I mean? To me, I think Canelo is starting to slow down. He's had I don't know how many, God knows how many fights he's had. And since his career started, but he's getting up there. And how old is Canelo now? Was he like 30,
34,
35, 33, something like that? So obviously he's getting up there in age. That's why I also think it makes more sense for the Crawford Canelo fight, because I think it's just the perfect timing right now for a big fight like that. But I think overall, I think Charlo, I just don't know. If he has enough in the bag. I don't know if he has enough head movement. I don't know if he has enough feet movement for me to pick him over Canelo. I think defensive wise, I think Canelo's just a better defensive fighter. So I think he's gonna be able to slip more, be able to miss a couple punches more. I think he's gonna work the body a little bit more. I think Charlo's gonna try to headhunt. I think he wants to put on a show. Especially after watching what Terrence Crawford did, and especially with their rivalry, I think he really wants to put on a show and show that he can compete with the best. And I think this is his first shot fight in what 2 years, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Like 2 years. So you got to put that into account too. So you got to see what kind of rest it is. But I'm excited. I'm excited to watch the fight.
And it's a good undercard too. Very good undercard.
Very good undercard. So yeah, you know what I mean? I think we're getting back in the swing of big boxing fights coming up here for the final part of the year. I know it's kind of slow here the last month. But we got that fight coming up. We got the Shakur Stevenson fight coming up. We got to figure out what's going to happen with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. They're still trying to iron things out. I don't think it will happen this year. If it does happen, I still think it should be, if they're going to do the fight, do it Super Bowl weekend. Super Bowl weekend, the Saturday before the fucking game. I think it's perfect. I think it's a perfect fitting. My partner here believes that that's not a good decision, but I personally think it's a great decision. I think they could do something with the NFL. I think it will put a lot of eyes on the sport. I think it'll be a big thing, because you will never see anything like that before. A big time boxing fight going into Super Bowl weekend, I think will be the smartest thing. I think that's why I also think Frank Martin did himself a disservice, because I think having the Shakur Stevenson Frank Martin fight the couple days before the F1 to start F1 weekend would have been huge for me. To me, I'm also hearing rumors that UFC might be doing a fight for Super Bowl weekend. So I think boxing needs to compete with UFC. I think Dana White understands what that could mean for the sport, with the NFL having all its eyes in Vegas. I think boxing should do the same. I don't know why you don't agree with me, but I think that could happen. NFL's too big to worry about boxing having one Saturday. I think it's too big, and it doesn't even affect the game. So I think it's fine.
Okay, we'll see if that happens.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, y'all. Cris Down the Mall podcast is available on all streaming platforms, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, Alexa, any streaming platform you use. Cris Down the Mall podcast is available.
Yeah.
Whatever social media platform you use, you can follow us at Cris Down the Mall. And Instagram is at Cris Down the Mall podcast, but all the rest of them is at Cris Down the Mall. Follow us. We'll follow you back. Give us feedback, give us critique, give us topics, man. We want to hear from y'all, man. We're trying to grow this channel, man, and we want this channel to be the people's channel. You know what I'm saying? Because we're for the people, and we want to give y'all the best content, whether it be sports, whether it be regular news, crazy stories, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Send it in, man. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk about it. As long as, something within reason, you know what I'm saying? We will talk about it. So
yeah, for sure.
So,
Definitely would like to have like a read an email type of segment on the show. You know what I mean? That'd be cool.
right. So, all right, fam. Until next time. Go.
Peace.